So we are going to move on and keep going in lesson 8. We're going to add, subtract numbers now. So here are the rules for adding and subtracting numbers. Right? You just, like any other time when you're adding and subtracting numbers, you have to line up the decimal point. So the exponent is basically the number of zeros. So you line up the exponents by making your exponents equal. You line up your decimal by making the exponents equal. Okay? Use the multiplication power of exponents to make your exponents equal. Add or subtract, and then you put it back into scientific notation. So let's see how this works. Right? A nice word problem. Determine the difference in population of Texas and North Dakota in 2012. Texas had 26 million people, and North Dakota had 6.9 times 10 to the 4th people. Please put each number in scientific notation. So 26 million is 2.6 times 10 to the 7th, and North Dakota is 69,000, or 6.9 times 10 to the 4th. I want to subtract them, so I have to have the decimal point in the same place. Now I could write 26 million here and put a 69,000 here and then line up the zeros. It's pretty easy. But we're just going to examine how to do it in decimal notation, in scientific notation. So I want the 10 to the power of 7 and 10 to the power of 4 to be the same thing. So I am going to use the first law of exponents and say 10 to the 7th is 10 to the 3rd times 10 to the 4th. And I'm multiplying, so they can be in any order I want. So I've got 2.6 times 10 to the 3rd times 10 to the 4th minus 6.9 times 10 to the 4th. Okay. Now I'm going to move the decimal. So 2.6 times 10 to the 3rd, I can move that decimal 3 spots over. So that's 2,600 times 10 to the 4th minus 6.9 times 10 to the 4th. Now if I kind of line them up, my 10 to the 4th and 10 to the 4th, those are the zeros lined up. So I have 10 to the 4th. Now I can say 2,600 minus 6.9 gives me 2,593.1 times 10 to the 4th. So that could be 25,931,000, which you could see would be the same. If I put it in scientific notation, it would be about 2.6 times 10 to the 7th, which would be, wow, North Dakota is like nothing in Texas.